Assuming that you have 100,000 shillings and you want to invest this money, how do you invest it wisely? 100,000 shillings, that's the only money you have. You want to invest it so that you can create wealth. Now, I read somewhere and the answers were very ridiculous. 100,000 shillings, to be honest, is not a lot of money that can create wealth for you, especially if you want to put it somewhere and earn interest. You have to start a profitable business with this cash. First, I'll just discourage you from investing in something like money market fund, from putting it in a circle, and or investing in bonds and treasury bills. Because if you invest in treasury bills or money market fund or circle, it means your 100,000 will get interest of 13% only. In a year, you'll earn something like 13,000. Now, is this enough? Because after 1 year, the total amount you'll have is around 113,000. So for that money to double, you need around 10 years so that you have your 200,000 shillings. That one is not wealth. So the best way to invest your money, 100,000 shillings, is to identify a profitable business that will generate the highest amount of profit. And 100,000 shillings is enough to start a business that will generate 10,000 to 30,000 per month. So we are going to that direction of investing, of identifying a very serious business that will generate this money. Now, at the moment, the economy is not doing well. We are very realistic about that. So when the economy is not doing well, avoid investing in business dealing with luxuries like cosmetics, like buying and selling tacky clothes. People don't buy those expensive things. Even expensive watches, people don't buy when the economy is depressed. They go for cheap things. They go for things like loans. And when they, something like a smartphone is a must to have, but they don't have cash. All they want is to buy in installments. So think about in that line. People must travel. So the first business to identify is a business dealing with food. Even if people are suffering, they don't have money, they must eat. So with 100,000 shillings, the first business you should identify is dealing with food. One is starting a kibanda, grocery shop. 100,000 is enough to start a decent grocery shop that will generate more than 20,000 per month. So your only task is to identify a source of your products, a reliable one, and a place which is strategic enough where customers will come. And how do you do this business? You can identify a specific place and also hawk such items. Just visit even homes with na hizo nyanya na vitunguu, move around homes and sell. People do that way nowadays. They don't wait for you in the market. So 100K is enough. The second one is a kibanda for selling cheap food, especially in towns. Places like in Nairobi, nowadays people don't go to expensive hotels. They go to kibandas where they can buy lunch for 70 shillings, 50 shillings, 120 shillings. So that invest in that. 100K is enough. The struggle will be to get a place. But once you have it, start the business. That's the second one. We have another business. Now, kitambo, people used to sell mitumba from in the market. But nowadays, we have a different model where people sell mitumba from a specific building and they sell it using a model like, there are some companies like Think Twice. So that if you follow that model, I'm sure you'll succeed. Where you are selling like a supermarket, today you sell trouser 500, tomorrow the same trouser 200. The price keeps on dropping every day. So that is what you should do. But 100,000 will not be enough. What do you do? The best thing is if you are in a circle, if you have friends, you can pull resources together and start something like that. If you are in a circle, take a loan. 1 million is enough. And even 500,000 is enough. The only challenge is to get the source of those mitumba. But we have several places. Along Mombasa Road, there's a go down where they sell mitumba. Ikomba, you can just go there and buy those bells. You can also import from China and buy. So that is another idea. Another thing you can do is to start business of selling smartphone on loan. You can start with the cheap ones, these Lipa Mdogo smartphones. Nowadays, they are doing well. Start that business with 100,000 and see how far you'll go. There's also another business related to that. Now, if you're a man, go and learn skills on how to repair smartphones. Then with your 100,000, you can start a shop selling mobile spare parts and those accessories, and also repair smartphones. You know, to start repairing smartphones, you don't need a lot of capital. All you need is just a space where you can repair those smartphones. So this one will be a very good idea at this moment, because people in some country, developed countries, when a smartphone develops some problem, they just discard and buy another one. But in Kenya, you have to repair until it's completely destroyed. So with that idea, I guess you can. With 100,000, if you are idle, just buy a boda and make 400 to 100 to 1,000 shillings per day. If you are a man and if you are a youth. So imagine making 100, no, let's say even 400 shillings per day profit is more than going to invest that money in money market fund. Because every month you'll make something like 15,000. Now that 15,000, you remove expenses, rent, what and what. You can save even 3,000. If you save 3,000 in money market fund, by December you have 36,000 plus interest. That's good money. Instead of investing 100,000 in money market fund and getting 13,000 at the end of the year. So that is a better way to invest 100,000 in Kenya. Another way to invest that money is to learn a skill. A skill. If you are a Form 4 leaver, you have 100,000. You can start a business or learn a skill. Learn a skill like video editing and do online jobs and start your YouTube channel. There's nothing as powerful as learning a skill. Video editing, there are so many jobs online. People with YouTube channel who don't know how to edit videos will give you jobs. You can do web design. That is another skill which is good. Plumbing is another good skill, and electrical installation. Those are good skills. So those are some of the things you can do with that 100,000. Invest in skills. So just identify the most marketable short courses and start with 100,000. You can even do a certificate or a professional certificate. Even CFA, 100,000 is enough. Even ACCA is enough. You can invest in that, and that skill will help you in future. They say education is useless, but there are some skills which are very useful. Nowadays, there are some short courses which are more powerful than degree courses. So invest in those and become someone. So generally, I gave a summary of how you can invest and to broaden your mind. And you can also help me with ideas by commenting there and help others to think and also help themselves. So that is what you can do with 100,000. Of course, I know there are so many other businesses you can do. 100K, there are so many small businesses. Like you can start M-Pesa shop. 100,000 is enough. You can start a kinyozi and salon. 100K is enough. You can start selling smokies, samosa, sausage, all that business in one place. Even a butchery, 100,000, you'll only add small amount and you are there. So I'll just discourage you from investing directly. So invest the money, the profit you get from a business. That way, 100,000 will make you rich, but it will not make you rich if you go to just put this money in a circle, sitting there, fixed deposit account or money market fund. No, you invest in those things, the money you get from your profits. So if you have not subscribed, subscribe and get more ideas.